Hello, hello, everybody. It is me, Tracy Thomas, the host and creator of the book podcast, The Stacks. I am here today with an extra special bonus episode. That's right, double bonus. I am joined today by friend of the podcast. You all know and love her, Sara Hildreth. She is the reader and brilliant mind behind Fiction Matters on Substack. She also runs a fantastic Patreon. And this year, she and I both released summer reading guides. Her summer reading guide is her paperback reading guide. It's all paperback books. She is the best at these guides, if I do say so myself. Mine is a nonfiction reading guide. It is only my second guide. I'm still figuring it out, but it is so much fun to make. And today, Sara and I are going to talk about our reading guides together. We're going to give you superlatives from our lists, like our most unique book, our best book to read on an airplane, the longest books on our guides. We're also going to give you some pairings from our two guides. It's a really, really fun time. If you are already a paid member of my or Sara's Substack or Patreon, you already have access to the guides and you'll hear this entire episode. If this episode cuts off about 10 minutes in, that means you're not a paid subscriber. You need to join either my or Sara's community on Patreon or Substack. I have left you links for all of that in the show notes. Join, get the reading guides, hear the episode, plus get all of our other extra special bonus content like book clubs and thoughts on reading and literature. I promise you, I'm a paid member of Sara's platform. It is worth every single dollar. And I hope that mine is worth it too, because I put a lot of work into it. It also helps make the stacks every single month. So if you can go to tracythomas.substack.com or patreon.com/the stacks, you can join my community. You can join Sara's communities by going to fictionmatters.substack.com or going to her Patreon at patreon.com/fictionmatters. Okay, that was a lot of information, I know, because there's two of us, but now it is time to dive into our summer reading guide, behind the scenes, superlative conversation amazingness. 3, 2, 1. Okay, hi everybody. It's me, Tracy, and I'm here with Sara Hildreth and from Fiction Matters, And we just like made up this idea and we're going to do it. So I'll do a quick backstory, which is basically, as you all know, we released our summer reading guides in May on the same day. And that day we did an Instagram live. It was a Substack live. Don't sue me. And we talked about our guides, whatever. And at the end, Sara was like, I have some ideas for some pairings that would be fun between our guides. And then we sort of were like, okay, let's do it later. So here we are now today. We're going to talk about some pairings we have for our guides, but also give some guide superlatives, share some other books that we think like maybe could have been on our guides had we read them soon enough. And also we're going to reserve the right to do whatever we want. So Sara, hi, welcome.
Hi. Yeah, I'm so excited because since Barack has not released his summer reading guide yet, we just have to keep talking about ours.
Yeah, and we're recording this in July, but when you're listening in August, Barack might have released his list. So while we're here, what do you think will be on Barack's list?
Ooh, that's such a good question. Is it always new books? Mostly,
no,
right?
Sometimes he does backlist.
Okay.
He usually does. Like I feel like Doris Kearns Goodwin, whatever was on. I think he does a mix. But recently, maybe it has been. Last year, all I remember are the new books. But last year he did it different than he's ever done it before.
Because he did his like summer reading guide and then his best books, right?
He did his summer reading guide and then he did his best books. But then he was like, oh no, I just didn't want to include the same books in the winter. But normally he does his summer reading and then he does his best books that include the summer books too.
Okay.
So it looks like last year, his favorite books of 2024 last year, that's like the second list, were all 2024 books. So what do we think will be on there? I think he's going to have that book, that Brian Goldstone, There Is No Place for Us, the book about the working homeless. The working homeless. I think that will be, that feels Barackian, and it's also gotten a lot of play. So I feel like.
I think he'll have maybe either Audition or the Mobius book. I feel like he always has like one that's very much like I read
literary
women.
fiction.
I read
and I read
by women.
Yes.
So maybe one of those. I think Flashlight by Susan Choi.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There's a lot of history in it that feels like it would be
I never know. But he's also going to have like S.A. Cosby on there or something.
Yes.
You know, like he's going to have some like thriller, and he's not going to have a romance novel. So just everyone pipe down. I think also,
the Ministry of Time might be the closest he's gotten to.
Yeah. But it was also one of the worst books he's ever put on his list. He's also going to probably have like that new book about Mother Emanuel Church called Mother Emanuel. I could see that being on there. Mm-hmm. You know, his like nonfiction tastes are usually like sort of political, but not political enough to sort of implicate him in any way. You know,
right.
Like he won't have like the new book about the election, but he'll have.
He won't have One Day.
I don't think so. Maybe he has Original Sin. That seems like something Chicago.
I would
connection
love
with
that
Eve
for
Ewing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's always so hard, and then he's gonna have something where I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Not even that it's not good, but like I was pretty shocked by God of the Woods. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that was his thriller or his mystery.
That was his thriller. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see how we do. Okay. But enough of him. This is about us. You put together some superlatives for us to go through from our guides. And then do you want to start there?
Yeah. So I tried to just think of like, I don't know. The number one, I tried to think of books that I wanted to highlight from my guide, and then the superlatives that they would fit. But
well, you definitely picked superlatives where I was like, this doesn't happen in nonfiction. Like most drama,
I know,
I'm like, they all have drama. But I did come up with an answer.
Okay.
I should have added some that were more nonfiction.
Well, maybe as we go, you'll think of some, and then I'll do my best to answer. But then also, I tried to think of things that people like ask me, or that people tend to kind of home in on while they're deciding what to read.
Yeah.
So some of them are like very straightforward, and others are a little bit more like mood based.
Okay.
So often in the summer, people, at least in terms of fiction, I feel like people either want a really short book they can finish in like one afternoon,
right,
or the long book that they're going to take on vacation with them and read all week.
Yes.
So I have shortest and longest. So what's the shortest book on your list?
So I didn't actually check the page count.
Mine is more a feeling of shortness. Too.
Yes, I went because there was a few books where I was like, that's also really short, or like that's also long. But then I was like, I'm not going to check the page count. And also with nonfiction, what you run into is the end notes.
Yes.
Like I just read a book that had over 100 pages of end matter.
Yeah.
So it's like a 600-page book, but it was really like a 400-page book. So anyways, my shortest is Against Techno-Ableism by Ashley Shue, which is a super short book, which I really loved. And it's all about like, what if we imagined a world around disability that actually took disabled people's needs and wants into consideration? Revolutionary. And she's also really like snarky. She's like a tough cookie, which I really like. So that's my shortest. What's yours?
Mine is The Wickedest by Caleb Femi. And this is, it's a poetry collection. So it's super short. I think I read it in an hour.
Oh,
like page count wise, it might be a little bit longer than some of the others. But, in terms of actual words, definitely the shortest. But it's really fun and interesting. So it's about a house party in South London called The Wickedest that happens once a month. And he just tells the story of the party through poems and also like pictures. There are pictures of like people dancing. And then there's like the permit request to have the party is like in there, and somebody's notes app is in there, some text message exchanges. So it's almost like this collage.
It's like multimedia.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. It makes you feel like you're at this party for the hour that you're reading it, which is very fun.
What's your longest?
My longest is this book called Penmarek by Susan Howich. And I read this on my Kindle.
Okay.
It's available on Kindle Unlimited. But then I found a copy when we were together.
Oh, yes. It's the one that's like out of print or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's this huge book, a very cheesy, 1970s cover on it. And it's this family drama about a house named Penmarek in Cornwall that everybody is vying for. And this man who marries the wrong woman and then meets another woman and then these multiple families. And this woman, Susan Howich, she writes these family dramas that are inspired by historic British royalty.
Oh.
So she'll take the story of Richard II or whatever, and then translate it into slightly more modern.
Oh my God.
Dramatic. I know. She has a whole series, and I think she was very popular in the 70s and 80s.
Her heyday.
But it's 700 pages.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, that is the end of this bonus teaser. If you were liking what you were hearing, you can listen to the entire episode by going to either patreon.com/thestacks and joining the Stacks Pack, getting access to the Discord, being able to participate in our virtual book club, or you can go to tracythomas.substack.com and subscribe to Unstacked, where you're going to get my writing about books, pop culture. You're going to get other exclusive author interviews, and of course, these bonus episodes. So go to one of those two places, join us, get to hear the rest of this episode, and support the work that I do by being a part of these wonderful communities. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the stacks.